Hello. We are Cumulé.
We are 4 nerds who have been creating at least one original video game each month for the past year. For each, we try to implement crazy ideas. Our games range from biking while tripping next to a giant whale, to embarking on a road trip with your dead mom while picking up hitchhikers, and running your warm farm and defending it from spiders. This year we made a bunch of games. We started as babies with nearly no experience in making games, and we learned something with each release. This video explains how we found each other and started our collective, how to make one game in 1 month from the idea to the release, and what lessons did we learn from our first game, Transit. Our collective was born at the Brussels Game Jam, organized by Guillaume. It's an event where game devs meet to create one video game in 48 hours. At the time, I knew nothing about game dev, but I knew I wanted to make cool indie games. That's where I met Angelo, and I was seduced by his weird Italian behavior. And Pierre's natural charisma.
Hello!
The theme of the game jam was Flip It, and Pierre proposed something like,
Hey guys, what if we made a game about a banana flipping people over?
Needless to say, we fell in love instantly and joined him. During the jam, Angelo and Pierre forced me to learn a new programming language and a new game engine, which is called Godot. It's the absolute holy grail for indie dev, and I highly recommend it. Together, we miraculously made the game, and we call it Banana Flip. Okay, we were so bad at coding that I cannot run it on the game engine anymore. Let's just play it on the game website. The idea of the game is that you play a banana that prevents corporate people going to work by tackling them. For the footstep sounds, I use SpongeBob shoe sounds, and for the music, I made this banger.
Banana.
Also, there is an online leaderboard. If you get number 1 worldwide, we'll offer you 1 banana. Overall, I agree with you, the game is shitty, but we had a lot of fun making it together and it clicked between us, so we kept seeing each other after the event. At some point with Pierre, we decided that we'll make one video game in 1 month. We brainstormed together and we found 2 ideas. We then decided that each of us will make 1 prototype, and then we'll pick the best one, like some kind of battle royale of prototypes. For my game, I was inspired by the Beast Titan from Attack on Titan, especially the scene where it throws rock at an army trying to reach him. So I made a prototype for a 3D boss rush bullet hell game where you must reach a titan at the end of the map to kill it, while dodging the bullets it throws at you. For Pierre's prototype, he was inspired by all the fun we had playing Call of Duty Zombies as teenager, especially the transit map, where you must ride and defend a bus while waves of zombies are attacking it. But instead of driving a bus, Pierre had this wonderful idea to transform the bus into a plane, which is much more fun to drive, and to replace the zombies by waves of flying enemies that you must defend the plane against. For the prototype, he made the plane as a rectangle that you can drive with this triangle at the front. He added a forest of giant pillars all around the plane, cute little pink spheres as enemies that you can shoot at with this gun. In the meantime, we managed to persuade Guillaume and Angelo to join our collective. With the whole crew, we decided on the name Cumulé, which means to do a roll in Belgian French. After playing the prototypes, we agreed on Pierre's idea, which became our first game, Transit. Together, we improved Transit. We added an objective that you must reach with the plane, and we also improved the look of the plane. We also added walls that you must repair and that the enemies can destroy like in Call of Duty. We also changed the gun to a shotgun with a nice reload animation because it was too hard to touch the enemies. The next step was to implement multiplayer, so one player could drive the plane while the other focused on the enemies. We also added this pink donut as the engine of the plane. If it gets destroyed, then the plane will nosedive and crash. Then we make the whole game look completely better with one magic ingredient. And we also implemented better looking 3D models for the plane and the environment. At this point the game was becoming juicy and the surviving mechanic against the swarm was really cool. Someone made some drawing of an aviator and we passed from an ugly character to a nice character with animations. For the enemies, I became obsessed about Boyd's behavior simulation and I had to implement that so the enemies could start swarming the plane realistically. That's also why we added a getting gun at the back of the plane so you can fight the swarm. After playtesting the game, we realized it had one big game design issue. It was too difficult to balance micromanaging the plane while also driving it and fighting the enemies at the same time. So we decided to change the core of the game by removing the surviving mechanic 1 week before the release deadline, which was really stupid. So we removed the shotgun, the Gatling gun, and the fact that the enemies could kill you, and instead we made the enemies stick to the plane, slowing it down and making it nosedive. At the same time, we made a call system that you must use to fuel the motors, otherwise you will crash into these giant brambles. We also had the idea to transform our game into a package delivery game, where you must deliver the packages into these giant green pipes. So, to recap, we started from a zombie plane survival type of game, and we went to a sky delivery simulator à la Overcooked. This was too much, because we added many systems at once that we didn't have the time to balance or playtest. We ended up with an unbalanced multiplayer game that had a lot of bugs because we still didn't know how to code at the time. After release, the game was so broken that instead of fixing it, we just unreleased it. If you downloaded it before, congrats, you got an exclusive collector Cumula game. But that's not to waste, because there are some lessons to learn from this game. It's time to get smart. The first one will be to not make a local multiplayer game as your first game and within only 1 month, especially if you're learning how to code and how to use the game engine at the same time. Then, keep your prototypes tiny and finish the core gameplay loop before starting polishing it. We didn't do that at all, and we implemented the core loop 1 week before the deadline, which was really cringe. Think before you code. It's too easy to get lost, polishing and adding stuff instead of designing the actual game. If you work in a team, confront your ideas often, because each person will have a different vision of the game if you don't communicate well. But that's also the strength of working in a team. If you're alone, it's easy to go for an idea without seeing its flaws, but by working together, we correct each other's. Since the release of Transit, we really improved our game dev skills. We made 14 in total, and with each we learned something new. I think that the most important thing for people who want to start making games is just to go out there and make tiny games, with people or not, before making your big projects. We've met too much game dev, struggling and spending years making their first dream game, while also learning how to make games at the same time. But yeah, I stopped reflecting and just show you footages of me and Pierre enjoying the game.
What the fuck? Get out, Pierre, get out!
Get out!
Pierre,
I can't pilot, okay? I'm
Oh
going
my
to
god,
go around
no,
the
Pierre,
world faster!
Dude, what the fuck? Dude!
It's the ending, so I guess I must say some stuff toward building a community. So tell me in the comments, what is the biggest animal that you think you could take in 1 versus 10? But no, actually no, don't fight animals, they are nice. If you want to fight animals, instead go play a game on itch.io for free. If you want to give us feedback or talk to us, you can join our Discord, but we don't know how to interact with people, so it might be cringe. Also, thanks to all our current patrons, which at the moment are only our friends and family. We love you guys, and thanks mom. I'm making Genki Dama for you all any devs out there. I send you all my life force, use it to make good original games. I leave you with footages of Pierre playing golf. Have a nice day. Bye.
Prêt?
Ouais.
Action.
Action.
Club de golf, pioche, arme de guerre. Ce bâton fait tout. Regardez seulement. Cambre. On refait, on tourne.
Non, t'inquiète. Je te jure que...